Okay, how's everybody doing out there today? Today we're going to be replacing a fan on a Dell E6520 laptop. On the screen when the laptop's booted up, there's an error message that there's a fan failure and gives you what to do to diagnose or to bypass and let the computer run. Also too, the fan's making the sound of a motorboat, you know, the pop 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 pop, or the grinding noise. I'm not very good at my sound effects. So what we're going to do today, we're going to replace the fan on this and get it working again with a new fan. I already previously removed 3 screws to expedite things, but we're going to go ahead and put everything all back together. First, we remove the port replicator, which this one has. Not all laptops will have one, but this one has a port replicator. We're going to remove the battery and set them aside. Okay. We got a jeweler's screwdriver, precision screwdriver, or whatever you want to call it, Phillips head, and we're going to remove the screws. A screw here, a screw here, 1, 2, 3 screws. These 3 I already previously removed. We have a screw here, and we have these 4 screws which hold the caddy for the hard drive. Now let's remove the screws. What I'm doing, I'm putting them into a little tray. Now this little tray was actually the cover for the screwdrivers. That means you can use any pill cup or anything you want, small dish, just as long as you don't lose those screws, because they're very, very small screws. They're very easy to lose. And when these drop, as you know, they can bounce. They'll bounce for miles, so you'll never see them again. Okay, we get those screws out. Let's remove the screws from the hard drive caddy. These are much smaller screws. I'll show you one in a second. You see these are real tiny little screws. Lose one of those puppies and you're up the creek. And that's the last screw. Now the case is going to open up in this direction. To make it easier, I've got this soldering tool. It's got a little hook on the end. I don't know if you can see it very well. So you can just reach it and pry it. This is really used for scraping and for cleaning. That's what this is primarily designed for. But I use it really for light prying. So I'm going to pry them into the case. I'm going to lift the case up, and there you go. We set it aside without dropping it. Okay, so there's the culprit right there, the fan, with these copper bars to the cooling. Your video chip is right here, and this is an NVIDIA video, and this happens to be where the CPU is, the main processor. And it's all held in place just by these 7 screws. First, let's remove the power connector. Pull that aside. We take a little larger Phillips head screwdriver. Doesn't have to be, but it gives a little more bite into it. Remove the screw. Now these screws got a little spring on them. So you don't want to lose that spring. Okay, that helps with the expansion and contraction of the heat sinks. Keeps the tension on there without tightening everything. Okay, these I'm just setting aside. I'll go to the edge, as you can see. Okay, 4. Okay, so far so good. We're just about there. Okay, 1 more to go. And there we go. All 7 screws are up. Set the screwdriver down. We get our trusty little tool back. We got underneath the heat sink, and we just gently, ever so gently, pry. Okay. Ever so gently. You lift up on the end and slide the offending fan out. Okay, that's all there is to it. I'm going to set this aside. Okay, that's your main processor again. This is your video card, video chip. What I like to do, take a little heat sink paste. Not going to need much, just a dab. Okay, this helps with the thermal conductivity. Come on, it's a little thick here, like molasses. Okay, the dab there. Just a dab there. Okay, that's all you need. I got just a little too much on there, so I'm going to take this soldering tool. I'm just going to scoop a little off. Put it into a paper towel. Now it's good. Alright, we'll set that aside. And we have over here a brand new cooling fan, nice and shiny. Put it in reverse, grate goes in first, and we just set it down. Line up the screw holes. And we've just reversed the procedure of putting it back together. Okay. You just snug these down, they don't have to be too super tight. It's not like a tire on a car where you can really bear that down. It's just keep them good and snug. The spring does a lot of the work for you. Okay. Last one. Okay. Now I take the power connector. It goes in only one direction, so you can't mess that up too bad. Push it in. Good to go. Just for point of reference, these are your RAM chips. This is a 32-bit system, so it's got the maximum RAM in it. These 4 screws, that's for your hard drive. Just you pull the hard drive out, pushes right back in. So very easy to replace the hard drive. Okay, now we're going to take the cover. Start at the back end like this, and just roll it forward. Okay, and then we just reverse putting the screws in. This is something good to have, a pair of tweezers, because these screws are so small, sometimes you need to hold on to them a little bit better, especially if you suffer from a disease that my kids say I have, which is called fumble fingers. How many people have fumble fingers? I bet a lot. This makes it easy just grasping these little screws. Okay, let's put these screws in, which you didn't see me remove, but I'll put them back anyway. Nice and snug. Now, just to let you know, you don't have to remove all of these screws to get the hard drive. The hard drive still comes out. Just have to remove these 4 screws, just for the hard drive. The top cover stays on, or the bottom stays on. Later on, we are going to replace a hard drive on this. We're going to upgrade it to a solid state drive. What we're going to do before that, before we do this, when we're ready to do the solid state replacement, we're going to run a clone on this. We have to clone over the drive and the data and stuff like that, so we don't have to do a full reload. Makes life easy. I try to make life easy. Alright, got one more screw. All nice and snug. Put the tools out of the way. Battery back in. 1, 2, 3. We put the replicator on. Again, not all laptops will have the replicator, just this one has one. And this is an optional you can buy and just add it on there. Gives you some additional ports. Don't really need it, but I got it on here. Okay. Turn the computer over. We hit the power button, and we're good to go. And that's pretty much it for replacing the fan on a Dell E6520 laptop. I hope you found that enjoyable. Please feel free to leave comments. I'd like to hear from you. And hopefully I'll see you again on our next video, which will be hopefully be putting the new hard drive in this laptop. In the meantime, have a great one, and talk to you soon. Bye bye.